Hey guys, how you doing? It's Johnny Berba. If you're going to come on the video and you haven't got much time, watch this video later because it's going to be a very long video. It might be up to anything 30 minutes to an hour because I've got a really important message I want to get on the camera. It's one of them ones where I was losing sleep last night and I thought, I've got to say it on YouTube, I've got to do it because I know it's going to help a lot of people. And I'm sort of come to a conclusion, so 10 years of experience trying to figure out what works, what it takes to be successful with women and meet women, even through my teachings, what is that thing? Aside of all the methods, the principles, the techniques and all that stuff we all know about, what is it that really works with women? Is it looks? Is it money? Is it confidence? Is it congruence? Is it certain behaviours? Is it body language? Like, what is the absolute essence? What is the one thing that works with women on a consistent basis, as well as doesn't work? Because anything that works consistently fails consistently. And I've come to my own conclusion, my own teaching, what's been true for me and true for so many other guys, and true for many women. I just get around here. And I've found it, and it's really easy, and it's honesty. So I'm going to go into where this came from. This whole kind of me wanted to talk about it. So basically, it's a bit controversial. If I sound like I'm bragging, fuck it, I don't care. This is how I feel today. I was in a hotel with a girl last night. I was having sex with her. It's a beautiful, lovely girl. This is a girl I met on Valentine's Day, and I met her on the street. I was with a friend of mine. Might have seen an interview of him. I was with Paul Pang. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what happens. What happens is I met her. I had sex with her in a hotel, and we've been seeing each other. She's a lovely, gorgeous girl, and I was talking to her about honesty. Now, before you say it, yes, she does know what I do. Yes, I've showed her the YouTube channel. She knows exactly what I do. And it really was a light bulb moment. I was like, fucking hell, this is powerful. So my words are all jumbled because I'm trying to get this out in a way that I can make you understand. So what I want to say is basically my whole teaching, everything I'm doing, my whole inquiry, because I'm still on the journey too, is about how can I become more honest as a man. But when I say honest, I don't mean the soft option. Guys, when they hear the word honest, they think, oh, he's a softie, he's a white knight, he's a people pleaser, he's trying to be a Mr. Nice Guy. But what you actually find is it's the complete opposite. To be honest takes massive amounts of courage. It's really frightening, to be honest, because let me give you a scenario. You're sitting with a girl on a date and you don't know what to say, you're feeling awkward. And to have the confidence to say, do you know what, I feel nervous, I don't know what to say. Massive amounts of courage. Most men are not going to do that, if not any men, and not unless they've been taught by Johnny Berba or me. So this is the type of honesty I'm talking about, and it goes even further than that. When people say stuff to me like, well, how can I show a woman that I'm a tough guy and I'm not a pushover? It's back to honesty again. It's back to congruence, because when you're honest, you naturally will speak your mind. You will say what you do like and what you don't like. So laying down with this gorgeous girl, I mean, I still get a buzz out of this. I still think, fucking hell, like, this girl, wow, she's chose me. She thinks I'm handsome. I don't feel that handsome. I'm confident. Anyway, so having a chat with her, and she said to me, I really like your work. And I was like, I'm surprised I didn't think you'd like it, because I showed her the infield videos. She's seen me kissing girls in the street. She's seen me take girls home. She's seen me get rejected. She's seen me all passionate and vocal in the camera. But she goes to me, I really love what you're doing, because you're actually helping men to better themselves, and you're teaching people how to be more, inspirational in their life, how to, just helping people to find whatever they need to find, whether it's meeting women, starting a business, doing the things you want to do. So it's not about what I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying, yeah, you should listen to me because honesty is the way to go forward and ignore everyone else. I'm just saying what works consistently and what works for women. Now, I just spoke to a guy earlier, funny enough, outside the tube station. He come up to me as a fan and he said, Johnny, any tips? I'm going out today, I'm going on the street. And I said, just be honest. And he looked at me like, am I taking the piss? But when I broke it down to him in full depth, he said, you fucking inspire me. Because what I said to him was, look, whatever you're using, whatever method or a blueprint or a structure or a technique, really, it's just a cover-up of your honesty. It's just basically a training wheel, a placebo to help you to get more confident with being honest. So you're going to use that as much as you need to use that until you're ready to say, I don't need this no more. Like armbands going into a simple, I'm just going to be honest, I'm going to be myself. So wherever you go, whatever route you take, you're looking for honesty, whether you realise it or not. And that's what I realised with myself when I started, and hundreds of guys that I've taught how to meet women, is that everyone's trying to find themselves, everyone's trying to find a way to be more honest, but everyone's afraid. And I was massively afraid when I started to be more honest. I was massively insecure, but I got more secure being insecure. and my results just went up the roof. And that's why now I can meet women. I can just be so honest in the first minute, and I can do in the first minute what would take most guys weeks or months. Check this out. So I continue talking to this girl in the hotel. We're talking about relationships, about sex, talking about personal development, everything. And she says to me, I've been seeing this guy. And I said, I hope you're not cheating on him, because if I know that, I'm going. I don't like liars. And that's for me now at this stage. She said, no, I've just been seeing him for 7 months, but we haven't had sex. I said, that's really strange. Why is that? She says, because I don't like him in that way. I said, so why are you going out of him? She says, because I met him, similar backgrounds, but there's no connection. But with you, I slept with you in 2 days. I said, why did you sleep with me in 2 days? She said, because you're honest. Because I felt comfortable around you, and you made me feel really attractive, and I trusted you. And she says, I don't know why I did it, but just felt right. And I said, I know why you did it. Because I said, you're sitting in a room with someone who's congruent. I'm far from perfect, believe me. I'm flawed to pieces. But I'm very congruent, I'm very honest, and I've found how to express myself and make women feel comfortable. So I'm going to give you another example. People ask me, they say to me, any tips on business? You've started a business, you've done really well with it. It's honesty again. If I'm running a business and I'm putting shit out and I'm selling a blueprint and lying to people and saying that this blueprint method is going to get you laid with every woman, I'm not being honest. But if I'm saying, look, what I'm teaching is going to fucking change your life, it's not easy to learn, you've got to put the work in, but once you start working at it, the results will be amazing. I'm telling the truth. You've only got to look into my eyes and my facial expressions and the passion I've got for my videos. So it runs through in everything. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not easy. Because the guy said to me, well, Johnny, I can't have the sort of honesty you have straight away, because I don't have the confidence. I said, good man, you're on the right path. Because it does take confidence. So really, that's a great little tagline. It's, apart from enjoying the process, it's having the confidence to be honest and vulnerable. So where most men would say to a girl, oh, what school did you go to? Or, hey, how many countries you flew to? I'm just going to say, you know what, I really think you're attractive. I want to get to know you. This is how I feel. I'm afraid to talk to you. I was in a coffee shop today with a woman, not with a woman, sitting down doing my work. A beautiful woman came in. I'll be honest with you, it fucking made me nervous. I thought, what am I going to say? And I thought, back to honesty. I tapped her, I said, excuse me, I think you look fabulous, really attractive. I said, and I'm nervous, I don't know what to say to you. Her whole face, she just loved it. She was married, that's fine. She was going for a job interview, but I'm the only guy in the coffee shop who'd done it, because most men just sit there, see a woman they like, but they can't be honest, they can't say it, and that's what separates me, because I got tired of living a lie, and I got tired of living in fear. So this type of honesty brings me choice of women, multiple choice. It gives me the confidence to go in a room and speak to a room full of strangers, public speaking. It helps me to get better in my business. And again, it's not something, when I first came into this, I wasn't really planning to learn this. I didn't give a fuck. I was a young guy, I was insecure, I was bullied at school, I wanted to get laid, I was horny. I didn't give a fuck about honesty. I just wanted something that would get me in girls' knickers, but I thought I wanted that. And when I started to get that, I felt worse about myself, because you never have the girls when you're not being honest. You never connect with them because you're lying. And if someone says to me, well, I can't be honest because they're going to think I'm a loser. Well, you're always going to be a loser then, because you're not willing to start working on yourself. Anyway, I'm going to go to just like in the sort of last year from improving with my game. It's just the same shit I hear every time from women. They say, you're very different to other guys. And I always went into flatter me. I say, how comes? It's definitely not my looks, but they say, you're honest. I keep getting it all the time. And then more people say I'm honest, I think, shit, I've got to live up to that now. But what I'm saying is, that's what you should be focusing on. And honesty is not the weak option, it's the strong option, because confident men are honest. That's why guys will say, oh, how comes nice guys finish last and the bad boys always get women? Because the bad boys are honest. They may not be good, but they speak their mind. A nice guy's a people pleaser. He doesn't speak his mind. He sits there talking about fucking, I don't know, the fucking economy, and the girl's sitting there dressed up nice, and he's not telling her that he's attracted to her. He's telling her he's attracted to the fucking economy, and the economy's not going to get him laid. And the economy's not in a fucking black dress looking good, wanting a real man. So you have to be honest. You have to work towards being honest, and if it's hard, that's fine, that's alright, because you know where you're at, you know what you're going to work on. But if you're losing a fucking blueprint, or if you're using some PUA bullshit that someone designed because they want to make some money and they're shit with women, they've never gone out and actually done what I'm doing, they've never got laid from the street, they've never had a relationship, they've never failed their ass off, how can you learn from that? That's bullshit. So what I'm teaching is pure essence, pure honesty. It's something that's incomplete, so I don't know everything. I've got a lot to learn, but you know, thus far I've learned a lot. And now it's got me pressed because I don't know what woman to choose, because I meet too many, all right? But it's so fucking important to be honest. And this is some of the tips you can start doing. You can start at base level, very simplistic level. You go on the street, you see a girl, you walk up to her and you say, hey, I think this about you and I feel this about you. 2 simple steps. So, you stop her and you say, I think you're attractive, and whatever's going on in your head, or I'm nervous, I don't know what else to say, or I find you attractive, what country are you from? What are you studying? But you have to say, you have to have the discipline mentally to say what really is in your heart, not what's in your head, not the other guy, the interference, the social conditioning that says you have to be a model to get laid, you have to have massive amounts of money, people are going to think you're weird. I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm weird, because I am weird. That's why I'm attracted, that's why I'm different, and that's why you're different, that's why my students are different. We can't think like everyone else, because we'll get the same results as everyone else. It's a shitty life, no girlfriend, fucking average job. So, you know what I mean? It's we have to start being honest with ourselves if we want to develop. If we don't want to develop, we don't want to get good at women, we want to stay a loser, then don't be honest. Use the blueprint. Go take the blueprint, boys. Use the fucking PUA stuff. So, I personally like it. I'm getting women writing to me now, and I love it, because you know, women are not the enemy. That's another thing. With the pickup stuff, with most PUAs, they think that women are the enemy. They think women are against them. They're not against you. Women are not against you anymore, you know, than fucking football team. They don't walk around going, I want to hate on men. Go this way. So, I bet that's a bit of a wake-up call, because guys always really ask me, like, what is the secret? How can you do what you do on the street? Honesty. Right, how long does it take to get honest? Well, it depends. It depends if you get my help, you can make it faster. Take a boot camp, take a 6 weeks program, check out the members area, get my anxiety program, or if you can't afford any of those, watch the free videos, get a wingman, get a friend, go out and start practicing being honest. Okay, so what is my message in case you've just come on the YouTube channel? This is my message, listen up. Alright, message number 1. I want to help as many men as possible as I can to help them to overcome social awkwardness, social phobia, social anxiety, and I want to help men to attract women in a way that is very honest. That is my goal. Secondly, I want to inspire the dating world in history. I want to do it, I'm dead serious, in how we date each other and how men and women communicate. Because all I can see from online dating and a lot of other dating stuff and some other companies is shit. I see shit being put out, I see dishonesty, and I just see more and more confusion with it. As many online dating sites go up, nothing's changing, because it's the same shit, there's no honesty. So I want to influence men and women to be more honest. And like I said before, if you think it's an easy option, I'm trying to sound like a do-gooder, I'm not, because I know how hard it is. So men will become a lot more attractive, women will become more attractive too, because they'll be more honest. I think that when a lot of men are dishonest, it makes women dishonest, because like attracts like. I found that for myself, and when I was dishonest, I seemed to attract dishonest women that were, you know, all those other names us guys say. Now I seem to meet really quality women. I'm not just talking quality in looks, I'm talking in whole character, personality, ethics and so forth. I'm assuming that you guys are on my channel because you want to meet decent women, you want to get in relationships, and you don't want to meet some woman who's going to take you for a long ride. So that's really my message. My third message is I want to help people from deprived backgrounds, or just don't even matter if you're from a good background, just inspire you for change. So change through the medium of getting better with women, getting better with life, hence the metaphor. So if you want to do certain things, anything, if you want to do public speaking, give you the confidence to do that. If you want to go to the boxing gym, whatever your thing is, whatever your purpose is, I would love to help people do that. And I know my videos do that. There's sort of hidden messages, but I'm bringing them out. So of course my stuff is not about going out and picking up women and shagging them from the street. But on another side, it is about that, but it's not about that, but it is about that, but it's not about that. So if you get the bigger picture and you're intellectual enough and you've got your head switched on, you would understand that from my philosophy and stuff. Obviously, I'm still learning, so my philosophies are also dabbled in with other people that I look up to and I like, which you guys can probably work out. I'm very influenced by the sort of Zen Buddhism. Anyone is inspirational. I've inspirational guys in my area, friends and stuff. That's really the message. Give you a tour. I think I'm doing a pretty good job at it, and also it's a big ask, but I want to simplify, the way men. That's the word. I want to simplify the way men seek advice and go and use it, because most guys will read a book, a dating book, and they go, "That's a great read. It was fantastic, inspired me, but I can't apply it." It's absolute bullshit. It's a waste of time. That's why I've struggled to write books and stuff, because I've got so much information. I'm just trying to figure out if I get a book out, will people be able to apply it? Not as good, obviously, as my YouTube videos and showing me teaching students how to do it. So I want to simplify, how men go about meeting women, and that comes again through honesty. It comes through congruency. And most of you guys probably thinking, "Shit, I need to add so much." You're wrong. You need to actually take away what you don't need. So the better you get with women, the more simple it gets, and you don't need all these extra resources and these extra NLP and fucking reverse psychology. You don't need all this crap. You can just be yourself and go up and just talk and be completely open and get amazing results. And it's funny because when you are more honest with women, it's actually easier to connect with them, date them and sleep with them. I remember back in the day when I started, I was using the pickup stuff. It was so much work, it was so much labour that by the time you got laid, you said, why did I, but it's not worth it, it's too tiring. And then you're just sitting there with a girl that you don't even really know, you just stuck your dick in her, you've come, and then you're thinking, I don't really know her. I'd rather connect with a girl, a nice conversation, feeling fucking really good, and then walking away. So again, it's not about being outcome dependent, but it is it's got me there. It's not about being outcome dependent, but it is about being outcome dependent. So when I say stuff like go out, don't try and get numbers, I'm not saying not to get a number. What I'm saying is don't be hindered by the pressure of trying to impress people, be someone you're not, and feel that every time you talk to a girl, you need a token receipt, you need a phone number, because numbers don't mean shit. I can get one of my students, I can go now and get numbers all day long, but getting a phone number is no telling that you're going to see the girl again and you're going to sleep with the girl. So yes, you need a phone number to see the girl again. It's not really important, it's about the connection. When you connect with a woman and you're honest, women will be asking you for their phone numbers. So these are the sort of things that will happen as you're going through the change. When you first start being honest, it's going to feel strange because your psychology has been so used to operating in that way. So basically you have to create a new person, but you're not really creating a new person, it's the authentic man within all of the layers of personalities that will build it up. So my personality was from getting bullied at school and all that, and having a very I can't get my words are just not coming out. It's having a very strict upbringing. So I developed a defensive mechanism, which was someone who was defensive, quite violent, quite aggressive, quite insecure. I've worked away at chipping away, and it's like a really loving person, and that's the honesty, and that's getting stronger. And you get stronger not in weights, not in strength. That's fine if you want to do that, but you get stronger in here. And guys use the word inner game or inner confidence or grounded. It's just becoming more of an honest man. That's why women say, I'm attracted to a guy, I want a nice guy, or I want a guy that, what they really mean is not the nice guy in the sense that we think, the stereotypical nice guy, the people pleaser, the geek in the movies, the guy that can't last a second without busting a nut. They mean a guy that is congruent, is honest, and he's a challenge because he is honest. If you're honest, you're with a girl and she said, I want to go here tonight, and you generally didn't like the place, you would say, no, I'm not going to go there. And she said, why not? So, that place isn't right for me. And if she didn't accept that, you go your separate ways. That's honesty. The same way if you said to a girl, you know what? I just find you really attractive. I want to kiss you. Come here. You're lovely. It's that. You know what it is. It's what you're afraid to use. And the crazy thing is, when I say this, guys get pissed off. Every man's good with women, as is every man is bad with women, because you're not using your God-given talent, what comes natural to you, which is nature, the primal instinct. Years ago, can you imagine cavemen using routines and using blueprints, and they wouldn't do it. So we've just come so far with the social media and so forth. It's just, hang on, I'll show you something. attractive. I'm on camera, so I'm not showing off. But I'm talking about, I'm a dating coach. I want to encourage men to be more honest with women.
Yeah.
Because I found honesty is actually easier.
Yeah, it is. It's much more fun.
Yeah.
As well, yeah.
Why do you prefer men that are more honest as opposed to guys that are not honest?
Oh, Jesus, a lot of reasons. One of the reasons, like, you know, what the person is like. Instead of, you know, when somebody's bullshitting you, it's boring. Right. And especially when you can see that somebody's bullshitting you, it's just not fun. It's like, well, we both know what's happening here.
Yes.
But, you know, like, it's just awkward. Instead of when people are honest with each other, it's fun, you know, it's maybe nothing gonna come out of it. Yeah. But you can make friends at least.
Exactly,
I
like that.
Yeah.
You're lovely, thank you, alright?
Thank you very much.
Johnny, have a nice day. You are lovely, alright?
Thank you. Have a good one, bye.
So that's what I'm saying, I practice what I preach. And it's not about, I'm showing you what works consistently. I hired her, by the way, she was £10 an hour, that's a joke, you didn't hire her, that's a real girl off the street. So honesty is the way forward, and this is what I learned from women. So let's quit the PUA fucking boys club, where everyone needs a big hug, me included, and let's start working on being more congruent. Let's work on being honest. Let's do the real man stuff. Let's drop the pickup lines. Let's drop the bullshit. Sorry, excuse me, can I ask you a question? Doing a documentary.
Okay.
I want to ask women, do you like men that are honest? Do you put honesty in a man?
Depends what kind of honesty, I think.
Well, what does honesty mean to you in a man?
How long will this interview take? Sorry, just quickly, because I've got to get home.
That's alright.
That's probably a good place of honesty. How long will this take?
Very quick, just want your opinion.
Okay.
I mean in the sense that if a guy liked you, because I would do this, I would just say you're very attractive, I like your hair, where are you from? As opposed to a guy saying, hey, do you know where Starbucks is? Or hey, have you seen that film? And yeah, I like that film, where are you from? My brother went, see what I mean?
Probably the second, because if it was too direct, it might seem a bit creepy. And people in London can be a bit like that.
Right, you're not saying I'm creepy, are you?
Possibly.
At least you're honest. At least you're honest.
To be frank, I think I'd rather someone maybe seem like they're trying to have a personal connection before just being outright blunt.
I agree with you, but to have a personal connection, shouldn't it start with honesty first? Because if I want to connect with you and I'm not speaking my mind, that would be very difficult for me.
Well, I guess it's just what different people want from a relationship or from a conversation.
I like you because you're honest. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a
nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye.
But can you see that, right? You're on your way home. I want to ask you a question, right? Do a documentary. It's very simple. But do you see what I mean? So look, now this is a metaphor, right? First girl loved the honesty. Second one said she doesn't like too direct approach, but she still appreciated the honesty. She appreciated my honesty, I appreciated her honesty. The other girl was in a rush, she walked away. So when you're honest, yes, you are going to lose some women because they're just not going to be attracted to you. But the ones you get, you're going to nail those ones down, you're going to connect with them. That's going to be your girlfriend, that's going to be your wife, that's going to be your night of fun if she wants to go that way, alright? No, it doesn't.
Well, lies are good for no one, are they? You want lies to catch up on you.
Yeah.
So why prolong the inevitable? Just be honest.
Right. Last question. What does honesty mean to you? Because it means different things to different people. For me, it means being very clear in what I'm after and what I'm about with a woman or with anyone. So what does honesty mean to you in dating?
No white lies.
No white lies.
No white lies.
What is a white lie?
Where you're trying to sort of get further ahead with someone, get their approval, or get there quicker. You think, oh, if I just tell him white lie.
Say a guy like, I like him because he's honest, and I don't like him because he's dishonest. Can you differentiate the two?
I suppose with honesty, you're not leading anyone on.
Right.
Whereas with dishonesty, you're not always telling the truth, which is a key part that leads to trust.
Yeah, they're much. I think it's much better because you kind of base the whole relationship on honesty.
Right.
And if they lied, then I mean, even friendships, you can't really base a friendship on the lack of honesty.
If you was on a first date with a guy, could you tell if he was not being himself, if he was being dishonest, if he was trying to use pickup lines or?
I think to an extent, if they use cheesy pickup lines and if they use lines that most people know about, then yeah. But you can't really tell because you don't know the person.
A lot of men struggle with honesty with women. They think that women don't want to hear their vulnerability, so they'll try and put an act on or say certain stuff to look cool.
Where are these women?
I don't know. So I want to kind of get your thoughts.
Honesty is great.
Why is honesty good then?
Because then you know where you're at. Yes, even if it's terrible, that just frees you up for somebody else.
Fair enough.
Whatever, if it's a good information, then that's great, I guess.
Well, I think like a relational experience involves two people meeting and coming together and both willing to be in that field of experience. And I think if one person steps out, the usual situation is somebody steps forward, somebody steps back, and there's this game that gets played. And I think it takes a huge amount of risk to be real and to put yourself forward.
I think, right, it's a bold statement to make. I think I've figured out the formula of what attracts women. I think it's honesty. I think whatever route you take, whether it's confidence, congruence, really charming guys, I think women are attracted to honesty. I think women are not attracted to dishonesty. I know it's bold and it's broad, but I'm going to be confident saying it. So what's your thoughts on honesty in dating?
I agree with you, definitely. I think that, well, personally I'm attracted to honest men. And for example, someone that's actually going to tell you what he's thinking about other women. I think that's very important. Ex-girlfriends, whatever, just being like completely open, and whether that's vulnerable or not, you know, from day one, I think that's what makes a good guy.
In my experience, I think women can feel it when you're not being honest. That's what I've experienced.
I think people can, you know, tell if you're just saying something because you're thinking it and you're like acting on the spur of the moment, thinking, oh, what do I think about this situation? But I think that women can tell when a guy is actually being his true self and giving an honest answer from the heart versus covering it with words from the head.
So if I said I think you look lovely, I love your hair, you look very feminine, do you believe me?
Yes.
Okay, that's true. Thank you very much.
You can edit that bit.
Okay, I'll edit that. Thank you. You're lovely, all right? I've interviewed like... So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That's my evaluation. Make a choice. Are you going to go the honest way, which is no pick-up lines, no blueprints, no manipulation? No, start again this, sorry. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. That's my little scientific evaluation. So I'm going to leave you with this, on this note. I'm going to leave you to make a choice. You can think about this for the rest of the week. Are you going to go the honest route, which is being honest, being expressive, being a bit more vulnerable, being yourself, or working towards being yourself, however long it takes? Or are you going to go down the disingenuous way, the pick-up way? Now, I'm not going to say neither is bad or good. I'm going to leave you to decide. And just remember, like and subscribe, enjoy the process. Remember, be honest. And also, if you want to communicate with me more, want to get in touch, www.johnnyweber.com. Enjoy the process.